The experiment failed. The whole thing failed.
Join us on an impossible mission to grow our business 50%. Welcome to the journey.
We are in a junction point right now where we're entering into the holiday season, and we're not able to even perform at the same level that we were last year. This is not a we're giving up dialogue, but this is not going to be an easy ride. It's going to be a really, really, really hard ride. I feel like the messaging is definitely still one of our weaknesses. We're just now hiring Talia Wolf. She is a conversion rate expert who specializes in the emotional psychological messaging. It's very important for us that we get this figured out because we drive a huge amount of traffic to our sales page and we want to increase the conversion rate on that. I am so stoked that we're finally working together. How awesome is that, right?
I'm excited too. I go through a process of kind of getting to know the customer, getting close and personal with them. We're going to start with doing some surveys for past attendees and people who are on the site right now.
I think it's really important that my marketing department knows we're about to send this survey. Matter of fact, let me just...
Yeah, no problem.
We're about to do a survey of all of our customers who attended last year's event. This might be a good source material for case studies because Talia is planning on talking to some of the people that come out of this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to interview some of them and kind of get their story and see if we can use those as testimonials.
That sounds exciting. Cool. We have been wanting to collect case studies and success stories from our attendees for a while now. So you just got some questions? We'll just walk through.
At the time, I was so focused on the cost of the event and whether I could afford it. Attending for the first time really made me see was that it wasn't about how much the event cost. It was about how much you were able to take from it.
It was great.
I know we've gone to this emotional messaging thing, but not everyone is emotional.
Well, here's the thing. I do think that the mistake that was made this month was these objection emails that we sent out. The problem is that they're not yet facing these objections. Messaging is all about timing. The right message at the wrong time is going to be a disaster. But the right message at the right time can be very, very effective.
Here we are. We've been experimenting with messaging, and a lot of these things that we've been trying out haven't been working. That's not a good feeling at all. And it's really frustrating. I just want to go back to what worked last year.
What's the actual struggle of the marketer that they're facing right now in this moment and in this time? They don't know what to do. They're seeing Social Media Examiner cancel Facebook video, where a year ago we were all in on Facebook video. They're seeing their organic reach drop. They're seeing their return on ad spend going down. They're seeing their cost per acquisition go up. And they don't give a crap about how many sessions we have. They don't care about whether or not we have expert X or Y at this juncture. What they care about is whether or not somebody can help them solve their problem. Email deliverability has been a huge problem for us, right, Jen?
Absolutely.
That alone could probably explain away so much of our problems. Don't you agree?
We're getting less than half, both clicks and sales.
This is part of the reason why I feel like the bot is going to help us solve this. I'm about to meet with Natasha Takahashi, our bots expert that we've hired, and we're going to put together an editorial bot strategy. Our big challenge is that we're getting crushed by the email algorithms and stuff.
Yeah.
And as a result, we're looking at this as an alternative delivery vehicle for our content.
Definitely.
So let's talk strategy. How in the world is this going to work?
You're producing amazing content, and that amazing content isn't getting consumed by all of your audience, right?
Right.
How can we get your audience the type of content that they want when they want it?
You know, the first time someone comes into the bot, our first thing would be, hey, what type of content do you want to sign up for to get notified about?
I just want to say I'm super stoked to have you guys on board, and let's rock and roll. The other thing that crushed us was this unified messaging approach.
Yeah.
Prior to a couple of weeks ago, we were going to have the same message in the email newsletter and in the email blast and in the Facebook ads. If the email failed, they all failed.
You know, all of the ninjas and gurus and everyone else that we talk to, they all are big proponents of unified messaging. It could be that the unification wasn't the issue so much as the actual message.
You're correct. So the issue is that our messaging was unified on something that was an experiment, and the experiment failed. The whole thing failed.
Yeah.
So instead, we need to make sure that we don't unify the message until we know the experiment works. I just finished an interview with a guy named Tom Breeze. He is like 100% YouTube ads. That's his entire specialty. I'm hiring him,
Okay.
but he's also going to be speaking at Social Media Marketing World. What he's going to help us do is figure out a really powerful YouTube strategy. And I think when we start taking all these great new people we've hired, Natasha, Talia, Ilana,
Right.
and now Tom,
Great.
who are going to help us really figure this thing out. If my eyes look a little bloodshot, it's because I've been staring at a screen for a long, long time. Why have I been staring at a screen? Well, the end result will be more people at the conference, better messaging for everything that we do. And we won't have to call, for an ambulance because we're freaking out because our sales aren't there. Thank goodness that's not for us.
Please join me on The Journey. Subscribe now and be sure to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes.